So the lottery for the New York City Half was announced yesterday. Now, I knew that I was already in because I deferred from last year, because I basically took the entirety of last year off of running. The last race that I did was the 2021 New York City Marathon. So I'm pretty out of shape right now. But I need something that is gonna motivate me to train, and not just train, but like get my fat ass back in shape. I've been eating poorly. I've not been exercising. I've been threatening to run, and I just haven't been running. I even got a buddy of mine to start running again, and I was supposed to train for a 10K with him over on Governor's Island, and I didn't do it. I didn't train. I wound up doing the 5K and just sort of muscling through that, and it was awful. So I'm at probably the worst shape that I've been in a good 12 years, because it was 12 years, 16 years, because it was about 16 years ago that I started running. So now that I have this race to train for, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So in the past, when I've trained for, listen, I don't want to sound like a dick, and this is going to come off maybe a little egotistical, but like when I've run half marathons in the past, I don't really have to train for them much, because I'm usually running an average of 30, 35 miles a week, sometimes, 40 or 50 miles a week. So like I'm ready to run and I'm ready to race, but what I would be training for is a marathon. So I'm going to use the training for the half like I would train for a marathon, and that is pick a training plan and really stick to it as best I can. I'm doing this to potentially hold me accountable to that training plan. Now, in the past, when I've trained for marathons, I've used Hal Higdon's. Mostly, I've run 18 marathons, 19 marathons. I'll have to look it up. I'll put that number here. For almost every single one of them, I've used Hal Higdon's advanced program. Now, when I ran the 2021 marathon, I hired a running coach. He was fantastic. I highly recommend Coach Kane if anybody's looking for a running coach. And I worked with him, and that was great. But I'm going to do something a little bit differently this year. I'm going to use Garmin's online training programs. So now Garmin has two types of training plans, as you can see here. They have, there's for running. There's running, cycling, and triathlon training plans. I'm just going to look at running. There's 31 plans, and there are these Garmin coach plans where you can utilize some videos and some strategies that these professional coaches use in their training plans, or you can do what Garmin calls these self-guided training plans, which just gives you basically the workout and a description of the workout that you do for that day. So let's set up that plan. I'm going to accept the terms and conditions without reading it, because who actually reads it? So I'm going to be super honest right now. Like, how many miles am I running? I mean, it's super honest would be 0, but I'm going to go between 1 and 5, because I think I could probably eke out 5 miles. What's my average pace? Again, I'm as slow as I've ever been. I'm going to go with 10:30. So I have 2 coaches to choose from, Greg McMillan and Jeff Galloway. I'm just going to throw the dice, and I'm going to go with Jeff Galloway, only because I know the name. The day's available every day I can run, but Thursdays, because my wife works late and I have an early appointment in the morning. Your plan includes 1 long run on most weeks. What days work best for you for that run? Can I choose more than 1 day? Nope, I can only choose 1 day. So let's do the Sunday's the church of the long run. I know what date my race is. It's going to be, it's not letting me choose March 19th. All right, so I'm going to have to change the plan a little bit at some point, because it's telling me that I'm a week behind, it looks like. All right, so let's create that plan. And let's see, there are 2 workouts remaining this week. It looks like I have to do a benchmark run. Let's see, what does that entail? It's a 9-minute run. All right, that's pretty easy. I can do that tonight. So I am going to go right now, or at least right now on this video, and do my run, my benchmark run, right? So it's Saturday morning and I'm heading over to the park because the New York Roadrunners is doing the Ted Corbett 15K and a buddy of mine is running, and I told him I'd cheer him on. I realized that I need to break into the edit just to let you know that I obviously didn't do the run this morning, but I'm going to explain that tomorrow, which will be after this segment on the Ted Corbett race. So just hang in there. I promise it'll all make sense. I want to know, how many friend points do I get for coming out in the rain to cheer on a buddy when I'm not running? It's warm though. It's not cold, so I got that going for me. Problem is I'm a little late, but he got stuck in a line at baggage. I'm guessing that I haven't missed him yet. Because it looks like these runners are pretty fast still. Yeah, this is still the A corral. I don't think he's A corral. It's one of my favorite scenes when just like walking through the park and like you get this. I miss the camaraderie of racing. I miss the camaraderie of running. Like, I need to get it back together. I mean, look at the way the park looks this morning. This is just, it's dramatic. Leaves. There's runners everywhere. Looking good.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to the finish line.
We got this, It's too early. It's Sunday. I didn't record the first run because my camera malfunctioned. But this is my second. I mean, the first run was only 9 minutes. I mean, it was kind of sad. Anyway, I got 4 miles this morning in a beautiful New York to do it in. All right, here we go. The thing that truly sucks about starting running again now is that when I first started running, I'd just gotten sober 16 and a half or so years ago, and like I was on this huge health kick. So I rode my bike a shit ton before that. And I was dating a woman who got pissed that I would disappear for hours on end on the bike, and she was a runner. So I decided to try that. And then she would get pissed at me because I would disappear for hours when I was going to train for marathons. So anyway, my point is not to tell you about that. My point is to tell you that I was in much better shape the first time I started running. And it hurts now. It hurts. I'll stop complaining about this eventually, I promise, but for now, it's going to be pretty rough. I'm guessing the first 2 weeks, maybe 3, then I promise I'll start getting more positive.